Hello and good evening, popcorn people, and of course, family and friends who are joining us from all across the country. I'm Stephanie Sutter, and welcome to Pop Chat Live, where we spotlight the people, the passion, and the power that funds those popcorn sales. So, tonight, we would like you all to let us know where you're joining us from. Every single week that we come live to you during our Pop Chats, we want to know, are we going to be able to represent every council? How amazing would that be if we could have every single council have at least one person represented on these Pop Chat Lives? We're in the middle of popcorn season. Maybe you're out at a storefront on a Wednesday night. Maybe you're sitting at home having dinner, or maybe you're watching it with your unit. And look, we have Christy Gunn with Brody in Troop 384. Hey, I recognize that name. Hey, Brody, welcome. So let us know where you're coming from and drop it in the chat. We want to make sure that you all stick around because tonight we will be giving away two $25 gift cards in the form of trails and gift card rewards through our rewards program. And so we just want to make sure that you're participating, you're commenting, you're giving us your ideas and tips and tricks, and we kind of establish a little bit of a community through our pop chat tonight. So if you haven't seen this year's rewards program yet, please make sure that you check it out. There's so many amazing options with a variety of different gift cards available to the scouts as they earn their way to amazing scouting adventures. So I am Stephanie Sutter. I am in the High Desert Council. I am the popcorn colonel for the entire High Desert Council, which is in southern New Mexico, far west Texas, and a little section of southern Colorado. And I am so happy to be able to join you all tonight from New Mexico. Let us know again, what state are you guys coming from? And if you're joining alone, go ahead and tag a friend on Facebook. It's always more fun to watch with friends. We have Jennifer Bassett from Athens, Georgia. Shout out to Georgia. Zach Ryan, Pack 4150, North Dakota. Is it cold yet in North Dakota? Because we're already starting to get a little bit cooler temperatures. And when I say cooler, it's only like 95 during the day instead of 105. But I wonder, North Dakota, is it chilly yet? Is it sweater weather? So, we have just finished our 7th week of popcorn storefront season. So, some of you all are just beginning, some are beginning to wrap up their sales. We have a variety of different stages of the popcorn season right now. And so, we definitely want to make sure that we keep the energy high and you all still are able to come away with some best tips and practices and ideas of how you can apply to your season right now so that you can finish strong or start strong if your program just started. So tonight we have two very special guests with us, and they are from Rainbow Council in Illinois, and they are with a pack in Sherwood, and we have Dave and Darby from Pack 256 in Shorewood, Illinois, and he is leading the way as the pack's cub master and the popcorn colonel, and his wife is the co-colonel alongside two other co-colonels, Vicky and Becky, who could not be with us tonight. But Dave and Darby, we are so excited to have you with us tonight. Thank you so much.
It's great to be here.
Thanks for having us. We're super excited.
Yeah, you all, I think we have a really fun show in store for us tonight. They are full of energy, full of amazing ideas, and they are doing some awesome stuff in their program. So let's go ahead and dive on in. I know we could talk popcorn. So tell us a little bit about your family.
So, I mean, my family has a long tradition in scouting. I grew up in a small town, Piatone, Illinois, about 45 minutes away from here. But my uncle and godfather, he was a scout when he was a boy, and was my aunt's, my dad's sister's husband. And he got my brother and my dad involved, and my cousins, and then I was the youngest one to come along, and I, of course, eventually joined as well. But we love going to Disney. We have two boys ourselves, and
one that just turned 17. So Eagle Project is on the horizon because we're there.
Yeah, and the other one's 13. Both, great boys.
I would hope they're great boys.
Well, and I love this family photo. It looks like you're also a Disney loving family in front of Epcot right there. So I'm sure the enthusiasm that you have for Disney carries over for scouting, and it sounds like you have scouting in your blood and in your heart, and you're both leaders at the pack where your scouts went through it, your children went through, but you've stuck around and continued on to continue the legacy. So before we get started, because we're talking about families and scouting and participation and membership, you had a family come to you that has 5 children, and they said, well, how can we join your pack? How are we going to be able to afford this? Tell me about that.
Yeah, I mean, they joined the pack with their oldest daughter. He knew he was going to have 5 more come along, and he got involved in the committee and all that, and prices kept on going up, and he's like, how am I going to be able to afford this for 5? This is getting crazy. And so we always worked a budget, and we knew what it was going to cost per scout. And I was like, finally, it's like, we can do this. We can plan our year, not cut any programs, not cut any not cut the handbooks or the neckerchiefs or the slides, any awards that we give out. And all we have to do is, we know how much it costs per scout. We know what percent we get from popcorn. We make that our minimum sale for each scout.
And we did have pushback last year. A lot of people, it was hard, even showing them the numbers. They looked at it and went, you want us to work how many shifts? You want us to work this? And we ended up getting the buy-in, and it worked.
So what I'm hearing, and what I remember talking to you guys about, is that it's 100% free if they work these shifts. 2 resident camps, a day camp, and it's all paid for and funded by popcorn. And Dave, you made the math so simple, because it is, right? You know what it costs to be in scouting. You know your commission. Just do the math.
Yeah, just do the math. I mean, I mean, the base value of the program, that registration and all that and everything, the programs that we do, and we give some back to the scouts so that they can do those programs. I mean, he took his kids to day camps and 2 resident camps each, and he didn't pay a dime this year.
That's amazing. That's incredible. And for such a large family too. It's not just for the onesies and twosie families. So let's go ahead and take a look at your numbers that we have over the years, a little stat chart. It is so impressive. Look at this, pack 256. So in 2021, 10,000, that's still impressive. There's a lot of units that are really excited to get to 10,000, and we encourage them to keep on growing, because look, it's possible. And that's what I love about looking at this. You have 2022, you grew by 9,000. 2023, oh my gosh, 19 to 52, and then 52 to 66 in 2024. And you're only, a handful of weeks into your sale right now. You're going to surpass last year's goal.
Yeah,
that's the goal. Ultimately, we would. Ultimately, we put 80,000 out there, and that's hopefully what we'll get to. And Mr. Brtva did incentivize that a little bit more. If the pack hits 80,000, he will go in a dunk tank outside in November.
Oh my goodness!
Kids that sold will get a chance to dunk Mr. Brtva at.
that sounds a little bit chilly, but also being able to make it fun along the way. And when we were talking earlier, Darby, you made the math so simple too. When we look at these numbers, and we'll get into that a little bit later, but it's just a little bit of time to stand out in front of the storefronts.
Yeah, the way I sold it to the parents and the kids last year was, if you work 6 shifts, you'll hit the minimum we need. 6 shifts is approximately 12 hours. We're asking you to work 1 hour for every month you're in Scouts. That's it. That's all I'm asking you to do.
And then your year is free.
And And you have such a full year. So we're looking at your year and all the activities that you offer, and you're building it in your program costs, your activities, your awards. You already mentioned, the handbooks, the neckerchiefs, the slides, all of those things, cost money, and it makes the program, right? It's only a portion of the program, but when you throw all of that in the pot, that's the special sauce that makes the program just so fun and robust, and the families don't have to be nickel and dime throughout the year. It's just taken care of. They
Well,
don't have to
yeah,
worry about it.
that was the biggest point of it, is like I was tired of hearing that, well, that's too expensive, we can't do that, or that's we don't have the money for this or that. And I really, it's so important to have the scouts involved and active and doing fun activities and all that, so that they enjoy the program. I mean, the learning and all that is just as important, but it's fun through learning, or learning through fun.
When we sat down with the committee, we said we don't want anybody to ever have to choose.
I love it.
We don't
I
want
love
to
it.
have a parent look at a scout and go, no, we can't do that this month. No, we don't want a scout to have to choose. We don't want to have a scout that has to choose, say, baseball over scouts. Let's do both. Or, or like they're in play. We don't want them to have to choose the play over scouts. You can do both. We're making well-rounded little
Yes.
people.
I always say that membership and popcorn go hand in hand. And what you just said is that they can do both. You shouldn't have to choose. And if we can alleviate the burden of cost of scouting by doing popcorn, an hour for every month of the program, and it's a robust program. So I want to ask our viewers out there, what types of program does popcorn drive for you all? So let us know what's hashtag powered by popcorn in your program, because we know that there's so many fun activities out there. So while our viewers are thinking of the ways that their program is powered by popcorn, go ahead and give us a rundown. I'm seeing some really fun things that you all do throughout the year.
Yeah, I mean, we kicked off the new scouting year and the summer with our annual pack picnic. We provide all the meats and everything, and all that. It's September. We have a camp out. We actually just had that this past weekend, and then October. This came about because of COVID, because we had a feeling if we didn't get it in, but we do during COVID in October, we want to get it in. That's when we do our Pinewood Derby. So that's everything there.
Yeah, and we attach it on to Halloween. So we either have it like the weekend before Halloween. We've had it on Halloween, but the kids come dressed in their costumes. We have costume contests. We boil hot dogs. It's just a good program. Coming up next month too, we also have our fishing derby. We do a fall fishing derby and a spring fishing derby.
Yeah. And then we participated in the Light Up Night Parade. We have a holiday party. That's our gingerbread contest there. We give a gift from Santa Claus. Always brings gifts. And then January is a little down. We're getting revved up for blue and gold. But blue and gold, January actually was a new event last year. Was
my swimming event.
Yeah. Every night now has a swimming adventure. We rent a pool, and we make sure we cover all the requirements for the swimming adventures. And part of that is having fun in a pool. So we rent the water park side of the pool, and they get to do the slides, the lazy river, and just have all with the playthings and have fun for 30 to 40 minutes with that.
Mm-hmm.
And
then we move into blue and gold, and blue and gold is completely free for our entire pack.
Yeah. The family and guests. We have we do our crossover campfire and camp out, family camp out. That's in May. And then we do a bike rodeo.
A bike rodeo, so the kids can get their bike adventure done, because there's a bike adventure at every level. So we offer a bike rodeo. Then we have the spring fishing derby.
And then some of the funnest events, I think, we have an annual mini golf tournament. That's one of our summer events. Another summer event is our Cummobile, which is like soapbox derby cars. And then we do our pack picnic, we do the local parade, and we start all over again.
I want to join your unit. I want to join your pack. This sounds so fun. So, and I've always used the phrase a robust scouting year, right? It is full and energetic, and you're not just doing the basic level, you are elevating it up. And that is, I mean, the swimming event at a public pool and park, with the water slides and everything, that's a kid's dream. And a lot of families wouldn't be able to make that happen. And so to know that popcorn sales are able to give them these adventures throughout the year and not just a one and done. So we have Larry, who says that they're funding their October camp out at Scout Camp, including adding archery and BB shooting by the camp staff. So that's a lot of fun because it's pretty hard to get the range and target activities unless you have that camp staff available. So that sounds like a lot of fun, Larry. And then we have Jenna with Class B t-shirts are powered by popcorn. And I think that is one of the fun rewards that scouts can get is everyone matching and feeling in uniform with their Class Bs. Jennifer Bassett, dues, 2 camping trips and a winter trip are what we use our popcorn funds for. I mean, this is it's scouting. Scouting is meant to be full of fun activities and excitement and keeping it fresh and different too. So it sounds like you all are pulling into the bike requirement and not just having them do it at home where it might be easier. You're making sure that this is something that everyone can participate in. And then a soapbox derby too. The Cubmobile, the downhill. Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, that's one of our biggest ones for the summer. Everybody, they come, and it's just free racing. I mean, we don't hand out trophies. They just race against their friends and just have a good old time. They love it. Every time we think about changing it, it's always nope. Can't touch that one. That's their favorite. So.
We actually have parents come back to help us run it. Their kids have moved on. They come back and help us run Cubmobile because it is one of the popular ones that everybody likes doing.
And it does takes a little bit of extra volunteer work to make those run. We've definitely had our fair share of those, and they are always a blast and so popular with the kids. So we want to ask viewers out there if they will let us know through some emoji. So fun and active program throughout the year. If Popcorn offers your scouts a fully paid for program. So Dave and Darby with Pack 256 tell their scouts, hey, work 6 shifts, 12 hours, and you're going to fund your year. So what does that price break down to be? Can you walk us through that, please?
Well, they need to hit $1,300. And our storefronts are set up that they will if they work those 6 shifts. It costs us roughly $480 a scout to fund the year. That includes all that. Includes the campouts, the family campout. They can bring their family. They don't have to pay anything. And it's just been such a great thing. Our attendance at activities is more than doubled. Because again, there's no cost.
Nobody has to pick and choose. Everybody can come.
I love that. So they need to sell about $1,300 of popcorn in order to have their year fully funded and their family's experience too, which I mean, scouting is a family event, and we want to make sure that everyone gets to participate. And so you're being able to do that with the program that you've set up. So and I know that there's multiple of you, so it's not just you all, the power couple of Pack 256. You have a team. You have Vicky and Becky that help.
Very much so. It does. It takes a whole team to do what we do, and if we didn't have our team, we wouldn't be able to do what you're seeing us do.
Yeah, they're wonderful.
That's incredible. Shout out to your popcorn team when they get to watch this. So it looks like Julie York has 3 popcorn emojis. She definitely, their unit is paying for everything.
Julie York is ours. Liam York is our top seller. So hi, Julie.
Yeah, hi, Julie.
That's amazing. That's incredible.
Yeah, we got your text message. You can come by and pick up more popcorn.
See, popcorn never ends. And the willingness and eagerness. We have Christy and Brody that are absolutely powered by popcorn with their popcorn emojis. This is great. Having the whole year paid for, and not being a burden to the family's finances, and nobody has to choose. Darby, I love how you just keep reiterating nobody has to choose, nobody has to pick. And in today's world right now, we definitely want kids to be able to experience absolutely everything that they can and have a positive experience and lots of fun activities. So the first year you had um, $1,300. You did this last year, was your first full year of this dues increase, right? So $1,300, your whole year is free. And then you kind of did this level up thing that the first bit until they got to 1,300 went directly towards their dues. Can you explain that to our viewers? Because I think it's a great model, and I think that you are definitely onto something.
Yeah. So the first $1,300, all that goes right to the pack. The 33% that we get from the sales goes to the pack. Once the scout hits 1,301, they get 7.5% of their total sales. So not just that $1, but the $1,300 in one. They get 7.5% added to their scout account. Their scout account can be used to do things, and this is how the family did all those camps, to pay for council camps, to buy new uniform shirts. I mean, we pay for the scarves and all that, but if they outgrow the shirt, or when they get to Aero Light and they need their new shirt, they can have that. Camping equipment, tents, cots, sleeping bags, any of that type of stuff, they can spend that. And when they cross over, it goes with them to the troop if they have a scout account at that troop. Now, it doesn't end at the 7.5% though. If they get to $2,001, they earn 15% to their scout accounts.
Incredible.
Yeah. So, I mean, and it's just, we want them to be able to experience as much as they can. We don't want money to be a factor. So that's why we want to give it back to them.
And we've had parents that once they've moved up have said it was such a blessing to have that money go with them this past year, because several of them blew through the money on the very first camp out at the troop level. So the younger ones now hearing that, now they've doubled their efforts to try to boost their scout account that much more.
I love the continuation of scouting, right? It doesn't end at Cub Scouts. It is a lifelong journey. You are living and breathing it, Dave. And so scouting never ends. And so to be able to go into a troop and work with the committees between the pack and the troop, and allow that money that they worked hard for to go towards scouting activities and set them up for success in their first year, and then continue selling with their troop and being able to fund those high adventures and all the fun and slightly different things that the troop gets to offer that they didn't get to experience. So and to be able to just give them a little taste of that and foreshadowing of what's to come, I bet keeps scouts in the program a little bit longer than if they didn't have that.
Yeah, it does, because like I said, we don't want that cost to be a factor. So
And so there was a little bit of pushback when you started this, right? It wasn't all sunshine and roses. So walk us through that a little bit.
So, I mean, it was like, how am I going to do this? How am I going to, get, my two kids, or, to do 6 storefronts and all this. So it was a pushback. This is too big of a leap. What are you going to do next year? Are you going to, increase it, or, what is it going to look like? We told them, no, we're moving forward with this model. Everything goes according to plan. We're not going to have to change it because it's going to be the same. If we have extra money left over, that means we'll be able to add even additional programs for next year. The biggest pushbackers became our biggest advocates,
our biggest cheerleaders this year, going, you guys have to do this. You won't believe how amazing it was.
You don't understand. We did all this stuff, and it was the best pack year ever, and it cost us nothing.
That's the best marketing you could have is for the naysayers, right? The ones that are not so excited about it, because it's easy to follow positive, and it's even easier sometimes to follow the negative response. But to have someone be able to be a popcorn believer and understand what this powers, and working the storefronts for you too, right? Making sure that you're putting them at high earning, high yielding storefronts.
Yeah, because that's crucial. Because if we weren't hitting that, about $130 is what we need an hour. If we weren't hitting that, then it would, of course, they'd have to do 7 storefronts or 8 storefronts. So yeah, we're making sure that we're there, and we'll try new stuff, and if we find out, hey, this is awesome, we keep it. If we try one and it's like, yeah, we know not to book it again for the next year.
I would say too that even though we say it's only 6 storefronts, our scouts went above and beyond this year.
Yeah,
They have signed
year.
up for way more than six shifts. And we have some kids that are just natural sellers that we get them out there and you just know. But it also helps our kids that aren't natural sellers to come out of their shells and learn to have that speaking and that interaction with people. And I think that's a good building tool for them as well. So I think all around storefronts are great, but even the kids that struggle with that talking and selling, they're signing up for more than 6 shifts as well.
And they want to do it, which is huge. Yeah,
Yes.
they see that. So we're going to talk about the motivation factor here, but I just want to ask you, before we get there, have you experienced any membership growth or retention? Because like I said, membership and popcorn go hand in hand. Have you noticed an increase of retention and membership growth with this program?
Both, actually. Retention, because again, they're not having to choose, because as kids get older, that sports and stuff like that, and they still want to do more, where if they just do this 12 hours, I don't have to pay for anything for scouts. And membership, because of our program and siblings and all that, we have siblings joining that may not have, especially sisters, or brothers of the girls that were already in the pack. And they're telling their friends, and families are saying, hey, you come here, it's
free.
It's free. Just all you got to do is
we
storefront hours.
We have 9 lions this year. 9 lions
already.
Already.
And our open house
is next week.
That's incredible. I cannot wait to circle back with you guys after that open house to learn about that. And there is nothing more inspiring than seeing a new lion and tiger out there with their parents, who maybe sometimes feel that they're not going to be able to get out there and sell. But I have a little one as well. So I've got the 15-year-old Life Scout, and then I have a Wolf Scout. But she started as a lion. And she got out there and worked just as hard, and had, like you said, the public speaking, the self-confidence, and all the things. So not only do they get that free program and an amazing program with you all, they get to build some life skills and self-confidence, and to be able to do that alongside their parents, and their parents to see this growth that maybe they wouldn't have put them out in a situation to do that. That's the beauty of scouting and popcorn together. So um, so let's talk about that motivation, right? They want to do more than 6. They want to get more shifts. And that's the only way to keep hitting these goals. 80,000, you guys are going to hit that. So we want to know what additional incentives your pack, or any additional incentives that your scouts are working towards. And we want to know the viewers too. So while you guys are giving us our feedback, viewers, please let us know what motivators and incentives are you all offering at the unit level, or working towards at your council level.
So go ahead.
I was going to say, we're all excited. Good. Well, we do weekly prizes. So if scouts work storefronts, they earn tickets, and the tickets go into a bag, and depending on how many shifts you work, you get tickets. Depending, for every $100 you sell, you get tickets. In wagon sales.
Or online.
They get tickets. And then like last night at the pack meeting, we did 2 weeks, because it was about 2 to 3 weeks between the last one. So like The first week we got 6 light up bracelets. So 6 kids' names got pulled. And if your name doesn't get pulled, your name goes into a bigger pot that we do a poll at the end. So we try to make sure that every kid gets it. We've done, second week was first aid kits. We gave out camping pillows last night. What else did we give out last night? Oh,
tactical flashlights.
Tactical flashlights, cooling towels, survival paracord bracelets, all stuff that they can use camping or camp or at day camps, resident camps, things like that. And we'll do that through the entire popcorn process. Every week there'll be something. We give awards for the top seller.
Well, I mean, part of that weekly though too, like, so we have, different level sellers. Some may only have 1 ticket in there, and we have 6 prizes. Some may have 20 tickets in there. But if like the 20-person name gets pulled, they're done. If we pull their name again, that they only get the 1 prize per week.
Get 1 prize per week.
So, and then
okay,
like that, the end of the year one is if you got any prize any week, then you're out of that. So it's all the kids that didn't get a prize gets the final end of year one.
And it is a motivator because a couple kids last night were like, how do I get more tickets? Okay, let's talk about how you can get more tickets. Because they see the prizes, and we all know that when we hold up something cool, it's a tradition at our pack. They go, ooh, spiffy. I want one.
Spiffy. That's fun.
Spiffy. And it's a big deal. Even parents get in on it. So it's like, it is huge when these kids see these prizes come out and they light up, and it's neat because we let the scouts pick the names. They go in a bag and they can't see them, and we shake them up and they pull them out, and then the kid gets all excited. And last night we had a kid actually pull her own name, and she was like, "It's me!" And so she was all excited.
That's really exciting. So, Jenna says pizza, an ice cream party if goals are met, and that is always a fun one. At my council, we do root beer float parties for our top selling packs, and that is one of my favorite activities to go do as a council colonel, because I get to go to their meeting locations and serve them up some root beer floats, thank them and their parents for all their hard work, and it's always such a hit. So Christy says Brody likes the council spin and win prize. And council also has tables and passes out gift cards. So that is always a fun time. The spin and win parties are really popular across the country. And keeping them motivated. What I like that you guys are doing is the week over week. You're not just set it and forget it, right? You're not just saying, hey, hit this goal and your year's going to be paid for. You keep them engaged, you keep them talking. And I love that. Ooh, spiffy. I want one. That is so fun because every single week, if they want it, they're going to come back. And wow, little stickers and trinkets. I am the queen of finding the little trinkets and toys because they are cheap and easy, but also having something that is usable for their camping trips and for scouting. That is also incredible too, because they get to walk away from the popcorn sale so prepared, and that's great.
Yeah, to go into the weekly, keeping them moving weekly and all that, we send out weekly updates, and we set different clubs, like the halfway club. You're halfway to your goal. The $1,300 club, you got your free year. The 2001 club, you're earning the 15%. And then because some council prizes, there's some additional clubs up above that level too. So but that's every week, and kids are seeing their names move up those clubs, and it's like, ooh, what do I need to do to get to that next one?
That makes it exciting. Well, speaking of incentives and motivation, we started this saying that we get to give away 2 $25 gift cards. And tonight, drum roll please, we have our first winner. And that is going to be Jennifer Bassett from Athens, Georgia. So congratulations, Jennifer. Thank you so much for contributing and sharing your thoughts and ideas with us tonight and spending your evening with the fun Dave and Darby. And so let's go ahead and just keep on trucking, because I am so motivated. I think your pack sounds and they're getting such a fantastic value for their participation. And we just scouting itself is valuable, but then to be able to level it up and have that much more momentum and excitement, and things to look forward to. So I love that. How else are you keeping in touch with your families to keep the momentum up? We talked about the incentives, but what are you doing kind of week over week to keep the momentum going?
Well, like with storefronts, we make sure we send out an email going into the storefront, what times they need to be there, things like that, to do things like that. But then again, after the storefronts, we kind of do a breakdown. It goes out in an email, it goes on our Facebook page. And then we also use Slack to talk to our group, and we say, okay, this is what the sales look like this weekend. This is, where we're at. This is where we need to be. I'm not going to lie. When we were in the top 10 in the country, I would pull stuff off your guys' Facebook pages and share them on our
Nice.
Facebook pages going, hey, look,
Yeah.
we're number 9, guys. Keep it up. How awesome is this? So, I mean, it's all about the communication. It's just making sure that everybody is on the same page and that we all know where we're at and where we're going, and that we're still maintaining that direction.
But
That communication.
yep, it's all keeping them engaged and active and letting them know, I mean, they can see where they're at, of course, on the Trails End app, but, we let them know where they are in rank with everybody else, because we have a lot more incentives than we've already covered.
Yeah, we have pack incentives, which we've talked about.
Well,
No, we haven't even talked about all the pack incentives they get, whereas if they work as a team, what the whole pack is going to get. So we did see the ice cream. We do ice cream. We do pizza and bowling. We do a movie at the Rialto at Christmas time. This year we're doing an arcade. We're going to rent out an arcade for them for the day.
Yeah.
And they're going to do that. Yep, there's the Rialto. So
yeah.
It's really awesome. The kids love going there. We saw How the Grinch Stole Christmas last year. This year we're going to see, I think, Home Alone is the Christmas movie.
Yeah, and they've already
hit this, so they're excited.
Well, the family memories too that you're creating through scouting, but this is, I mean, that's a cultural experience to be able to go to the Rialto Theater. It's beautiful, and what an opportunity that again paid for by just a few short shifts. So we have units that are in the thick of it, just like you guys. What are some quick tips that you can share with them right now? What are your pro tips? And viewers, we want to know your pro tips too. Let us know how can you get a quick boost for your storefront sales just this weekend.
I'm going to let her talk because she's the one that does our popcorn kickoff. She takes the kids off and she goes over the whole.
I do. We talk about greeting everybody, and we do not say, will you buy popcorn? That is the killer. And I even have to correct parents on that. We say, would you like to support me in my scouting adventure? Because that's really what this is about. It's about getting them to experience scouting. We make sure that they're dressed in that class A. They look really good. Yes, and you have to learn to ask in Spanish. That has been our key this year. We have some scouts in our unit that are bilingual, and we have taught a lot of the scouts how to ask in Spanish. And by asking in another language, we are getting more sales that way.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
I was picking up at the end of a shift, or the end of the sale for the night, and a customer came out, and the girls, started, would you like to support me in scouting? And the guy kept on walking, and right away they switched to Spanish, and he stopped and he came right back,
turned right back around and bought.
I mean, they talked a little bit and he bought. I mean, so.
I think the key with that is knowing the location, knowing where you're selling and what your population might be that come in and out of that location.
Yeah.
That is huge. I mean, and just engaging with everyone and being able to look sharp, smile, be friendly, and I love this. Learn to ask in Spanish. We come across that a lot, specifically where I live on the border, and we have a lot of scouts that are selling in Spanish out there. But how great in the middle of Illinois that you guys are and learning, and they want to learn. So again, life skills. Again, popcorn powers so many amazing things. So I'm blown away by everything that you both do as leaders, and all of the the improvements that you've made to the program to make sure that it's sustainable and just fun. So tell me, why popcorn? Could you do all of this without popcorn? And while you think on that, I'm going to read this comment really quickly from Clara. And my boys let them know we're working on our trip to Buffalo, New York. Ooh, that sounds like a really fun trip. So, could you do everything without popcorn, Dave and Darby?
No,
No.
no. I mean, the return, we've looked at other fundraisers and all that just as supplemental back when we're back in the 2021 days and pre-COVID days. And nothing is close to what we can do with popcorn. And it's known. I mean, I have people that will email me, say, where are you going to be, because I need to get my popping corn to make my popcorn balls for Halloween.
Yes.
Or where I want my microwave, or I want my white cheddar. So no, I can't ever see
No.
anything other than popcorn, because it is such a great experience for the kids. It's a known product, and the return on the value is wonderful.
Yes.
And you're funding adventures for
Yeah,
your unit and also supporting the council too.
yeah,
So, and that's huge. And so, yeah,
that's
this
probably,
was
yeah.
a direct quote from you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, supporting the council, the fact that we were able to help do that as well. I mean, because well, I love our camp that we have, and everything we can do to help make sure that stays open and we don't have to, lose part of it, or all of it, like some councils have.
Mhm.
Our scouts love the camp. We go there every year for our crossover camp out. So, and resident camp, and so yeah, whatever we can do.
And day camp.
And day camp.
I'm the day camp
Yeah.
director for Rainbow Council, so popcorn helps me
I
too.
Yeah, I am sure it does, and I bet that that is a fantastic day camp. Um, Dave and Darby, I have sincerely enjoyed getting to talk with you tonight. I know our viewers have enjoyed it too. They've been participating and asking so many great questions and comments, and you have been able to answer a lot of them just organically. So that's exciting. And we're just really proud of everything that you all are doing for the program and for scouting, and the popcorn sales too. So while we are waiting for our next prize winner, I want to go ahead and take this moment to induct you as our latest pop star ambassadors. So you and your team of Kernels are going to be our pop star ambassadors. So this patch will be sent your way. Thank you so much for helping guide
Thank
scouts
you.
Thank you.
and leaders. So yeah, you're an inspiration, and the energy that you bring, the smiles are contagious, and your achievements are amazing. I cannot wait to see you reach 80,000 and see a video of the dunk tank with you in it, Mr. Verba.
Definitely.
Oh, I'm sure there'd be plenty. No ice though.
So I mean, I certainly hope that it is at least above freezing the day that this happens for you. And so we would like to welcome more pop stars to join us live over the coming weeks and tell your stories, similar to Dave and Darby here. And so if you have not already applied to be a pop star ambassador, please follow the link that we'll have posted, and we would love to hear your story. We'd love to hear how scouts are getting out there funding their own adventures, and every unit has amazing motivations and incentives when they put their minds to it. And so I know that you all are going to be an inspiration to others for kind of how you do that tier and that level up, and then just making sure that nobody has that burden, and they get to enjoy scouting year round. They get to reap the benefits. They get to earn rewards that make their holiday dreams come true. And so, I mean, there's just so many assets that you have spoken to that are incredible for the families that you have in your unit. So I wish the greatest success to Pack 256. And before we close out tonight, we have our final winner for our $25 gift card and reward. Thanks for sticking around, everyone, and participating in the comments. So again, we have a drum roll, please. We have Faye Gloria Schmidt as our winner tonight for our second gift card. Congratulations, Faye. And she's from
Jupiter, Florida. Yay!
So I'm sure you all know about Jupiter. This is a Disney family too, you guys. So yep, that is close. So again, we are so excited to have these Popstar Ambassador, our winners, and to be able to come live weekly to everyone out there in the Trails End community and the friends and family that help support Scouting Adventures. Dave and Darby, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for spending your evening with us. And I can't wait to see the success that Pack 256 has around the corner.
Thank you. It was been fun.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.